Hey, hello. It's been a while, hasn't it? But I'm still alive. I didn't die. Some of you might think that I died after doing those Yandere videos, but I, in reality, did not die, and I'm still here. And I even got rubbers on my braces, so now speaking is more painful than before. Lovely. Anyhow, I'm here. We're back. I want to make more videos. What kind of videos I'm gonna make? Well, as you can see by the title, probably controversial one, at least for the, Hunter x Hunter community, I guess. So, I recently saw a few Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter, depending on how you like to call it, videos made by the person by the name New World Review. I'm gonna leave the link to their channel in the comments. So I saw a few of their videos and I was like, hey, why not talk about Hunter x Hunter? And this is probably the topic which I wanted personally to talk about the most. And the reason why, well, the first reason why is because I like to discuss and debate this kind of stuff. But the second reason why is because I guess I have a bias for Pitou. She is probably my favorite character out of all the characters in Hunter x Hunter, and therefore I guess you can say I want to argue a little bit in her favor, so to say. So actually, yeah, never mind. Okay, so video, let's get into it. Oh my god, so professional, love it. Anyhow, as you can see by this title, I will discuss just how strong is Pitou, or how strong I think Pitou is, because the problem in debating how strong a character is that you need to put them against other characters, and it's a little bit hard to do in a story such as Hunter x Hunter, because there are a lot of characters about whom we simply do not know. That's why making a video such as top 10 strongest character in Hunter x Hunter is a little bit hard, because we do not know how strong is Killua's father. We do not know how strong truly are Chrollo, Illumi, Hisoka, especially, for any manga readers, spoiler, but there's happened something to Hisoka and we have no idea how strong he is after that. We have no idea how strong is Kurapika compared to the other characters. We have no idea how strong is Ging. Bisky, even Bisky, we genuinely have no idea how strong Bisky is, because we never saw her fight with people of equal rank, so to say. However, I do believe that we have enough ground to judge how strong is Pitou, and I will actually debate that Pitou is both stronger than Gon and Netero. Now let's begin with Netero, right? So Netero, a few things which you need to take into consideration. First of all, you should not 100% rely on what people say. A lot of people like to think that because Pitou said that Gon's fangs could reach Merume, or the king, it means that Gon is as strong as Merume, or, he can defeat Merume, right? Which is not the case. It's simply what Pitou thought in the moment. Following the same logic, we should all agree that Netero is weaker than Pitou, because he said so himself. He flat out said that he's not as strong as Pitou. Case closed, but people for some reason forget about it. So that's why I think that you should not believe or rely on what people say 100%. It should be taken into consideration, but it should not be your 100% single proof. However, let's take a look at what Netero says. He says that he is not strong enough to defeat Pitou, and he says that he is half of what he used to be at his prime. Now, that is actually something that I would like to debate, because I believe that Netero is not half as strong, because first thing to notice is that um, I don't remember what episode / chapter it is, but he states that by being around King and Pitou and all of those strong fighters, some of his strength began coming back to him, and also he meditated for 3 months prior to the fight to gather up his nen, meaning that I wouldn't say that he's like 50% 50% of what he used to be. I would say he's probably like around 70 to 80% of his max strength, which is actually the point that the YouTuber who I mentioned earlier, actually no, it was the other YouTuber, never mind, it was the other YouTuber, I don't remember who it was, but I watched their video about if Netero could defeat Merime, and they brought this up, so I'm bringing this up right now. If I'm gonna remember who it is, I'm gonna leave their link below. If not, sorry, but yeah. So, with that being said, if we believe that Netero is at 70 to 80% of his strength, it's not hard to imagine how strong Netero would be at his prime. So why do I think that Netero loses against Pitou? Well, first of all, he would not do a lot of damage to Pitou. We saw him slap away Pitou and it did nothing. Like, she did not feel it in the slightest, you know? So, and Pitou's durability is second to only Merime. There's no one more durable than Pitou as far as I know. So there are 3 scenarios in which Pitou wins, and kinda 0 scenarios in which Netero wins. So scenario number 1 is that Pitou simply manages to break through his defense and kill him. Is it impossible? Well, not really, no. Pitou is fast, she is not stupid, and she is durable, meaning that potentially she can do it. Unlikely, sure, but potentially can happen. However, situation number 2 is a war of attrition. And that is the big one, because if they just go at it, Netero loses faster. He will lose his Nan and his strength and his stamina faster than Pitou, because Pitou has just more and she's younger and stronger, you know? Even at his prime, I don't think Netero would have enough Ned to go against Pitou in a war of attrition. But I hear you say, what if Netero uses Zero Hand? Well, first of all, Pitou would not die from Zero Hand. When we saw him use it on Merime, it did very little damage. It wasn't even like Merime was in a critical state. He was in like, if you would have a chart and it would go from light damage to critical damage, Merime was roughly somewhere between light and medium damage. Like, it was light damage which was about to cross into medium damage. So it wasn't really that impressive at all, you know? The damage that Merime got from Zero Hand would probably be equal to the beating that Hisoka gave to Gon during the tournament. It wasn't that impressive, really. So Pitou, I personally see her receiving high damage at best, but even if we imagine that she receives critical damage, well, guess what? She can heal herself. And Netero is pretty fucked after using Zero Hand. Now, at his prime, he probably would not be as exhausted after using Zero Hand as he was when he was fighting Merime, but he would still be exhausted nonetheless. And if he cannot keep on fighting, Pitou can just heal herself. So at best, in the best case scenario, I can see Netero at his prime pushing Pitou to her limits, and that's about it. But what about Gon? I hear you ask me. Well, here's an interesting thing about Gon. Gon paid his life to achieve all the power that he achieved. And this is where it gets tricky, because the question becomes, is it Nen after death? To which I say, no, it's not. There are three Nens, so to say. There's the regular Nen, then there's the Nen after death, and Nen which is paid by life. I might be incorrect about this, but it's my speculation and we have no solid ground upon which to judge this, so this is what makes sense to me. Pretty much, Nen becomes stronger the more you have to pay for it. The harsher the condition is, the stronger the Nen becomes. While Nen after death is Nen that is caused by a powerful emotion of yours that causes your Nen to live on, pretty much. So, with that being said, what Pitou did in that moment was post mortem Nen, which is Nen after death, which means that her loyalty to the king and desire to kill Gon was so strong that her Nen used her body to move on. However, what Gon did was more powerful because Gon paid his life to use his power. The condition was pretty much, hey, I'm gonna die to use this power. If that is your condition, which is pretty much saying that you can use your Nen power only one time, your Nen power will skyrocket. And we already knew that Gon naturally has a strong Nen. And all of this combined means that shows you why Gon was so strong. However, why do I say that this Gon is weaker than Pitou? Well, I say this because you are doing an unfair comparison. You are comparing Gon at his strongest versus Pitou at her base level. And that's the problem. Because, okay, how do I know that it's Pitou at her base strength? Because Pitou did not do the same thing that Gon did. Here's an idea. Pitou at her base strength, you know, just like a regular, right? Defeats Gon at his regular, no problem. I think we can all agree that regular Pitou stomps regular Gon easily. So, what if Pitou did the same thing that Gon did? What if she would have paid with her life to achieve 100% power that she could imaginably achieve? Would she then be stronger than Ultimate Gon? And I believe that yes, she would be stronger than Ultimate Gon in that case. Because when they are both regular and equal, Pitou is stronger. Which means that by definition, Pitou is stronger than Gon. Now you might then ask me, oh, why did she not do it? Well, there's several reasons for it. In character reasons are that first, she was confused. You know, she was lost at the moment. She was caught off guard. She just didn't think about it. And bottom line, she just didn't know it. She did not know about restrictions, because don't forget that she knew about Nen for like how long? 40 to 50 days? That's not a lot. And outside of character reasons can be that thematically, Gon, Merme, and Ents were meant to gain humanity as the story went on, while humans such as Netero and Gon were meant to degrade into monsters as the story went on. That is why it would not make sense for Pitou to do what Gon did in this moment, story-wise, if you're a writer, you know? So that's why I believe that Pitou is actually stronger than both Netero and Gon. And that's why I also believe that Netero is stronger than Gon. While I cannot make a top 10 list because there are so many characters we do not know about, such as, once again, as I said, Ging, Bisky, Chrollo, Hisoka, Illumi, right? I do believe that Merme is easily number one, the strongest character, and I think he will remain the strongest character, the strongest fighter. of course, you need to exclude people such as Aluka who have just OP abilities, but as far as fighter goes, and of course you also need to exclude Camila. Now that's a kind of a spoiler for the manga, but Camila has this power where if you kill her, her Nen appears and kills you. And the reason why it's so strong is because it's not Nen after death, it's not post-mortem Nen, which activates because of her strong feelings, but instead it is a Nen ability which is paid by her life. That is why it's so powerful. But yeah, if I would be talking about the top 10 strongest Nen abilities, then yeah, like King's ability would not be that strong. It would be like in top 5, like 2, 3, 4, because his ability is to pretty much eat, assimilate, and become stronger. As where Camilla's Nen ability is to pretty much pull a Uno reverse card if you wish. But yeah, if we talk about characters who are fighters, Merima is the strongest one, followed by Pitou, followed closely by Netero, and then when it comes to like number 4, 5, 6, it's anyone's game. Paristan, that cute dog girl whose name I keep forgetting, Ging, Bisky, Illumi, we simply do not know. Like, I can say, oh, the 4th one is gone, but it's like, is he? What if we're gonna find out about something about Crawler or Hisoka or Kurapika or Ging or someone else who will be stronger? So we simply do not know. But I do feel comfortable putting Merime, Pitou, and Netero as a top 1, 2, and 3. I do feel comfortable doing that, at the very least. So yeah, hope this video was fun. At its core, this video is pretty much me fangirling over Pitou and trying to make excuses as to why she should have won, because I'm biased, and in alternate universe I wish that there's an ending where Pitou is just chilling with Kaita after Chimera arc ended. But yeah, those are my beliefs. If you disagree, feel free to comment down below, and yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do more Hunter x Hunter discussion videos. If you want me to discuss something specific to Hunter x Hunter, feel free to leave the comment below. I wouldn't mind talking about it some more. And yeah, with that being said, I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and remember to stay hydrated and stay alive. Take care. Bye.